Hey everyone, welcome back to the studio. I'm here today with a brand new video for you guys. I'm going to be talking all about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5, Chapter 13, The Jedi, and I'm joined by my dad, Paul mduhzay. Thank you for joining me.
Hey guys.
So we're going to be breaking down this episode of The Mandalorian.
It was so good!
It came out on last Friday. This is Episode 5, so we are now over halfway through the season already, but this episode, so overall thoughts of this episode?
It was the best so far of The Mandalorian. My favorite so far. How about you? What do you think?
It was good. I wouldn't say it was my favorite, but we are lovers of Ahsoka.
Yes.
So we were glad to see her in it. So we're actually going to start out with talking about her. So first of all, her character. So she's in Clone Wars and Rebels, and she was Anakin's Padawan. So I thought that she did a good job in the original series and now. So what do you think of Ahsoka, like, not necessarily like in The Mandalorian now, but like as a character overall throughout the Star Wars universe?
I got to say something though. I got to say it. Here we go. The opening scene of her kicking butt against all those soldiers. Oh, dude, that was amazing. Like, that was like better than any scene in the final 3 Star Wars movies in the episodes 7, 8, 9. That scene was amazing. Anyway, you asked about her as a character. I think it's great because now we haven't seen all of Clone Wars and Rebels, but from what I understand from a character arc and seeing her grow to be the person she is now, her maturity, and to see what kind of leader she is and what motivates her is pretty profound. I think she's a great character. In fact, I think that it would be really cool if she could have her own spin-off series.
We'll talk about that towards the end. But Rosario Dawson is the person who portrays her. I think she did a pretty good job of playing her. Apparently, she's a very popular actress. I'm not one with names, but I think she did a good job.
Yeah, I thought she did great.
So do you think she fit good into the storyline?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that the story's bigger than we ever realized. I mean, the name drop of Grand Admiral Thrawn at the end, there's something bigger going on here than just the Mandalorian. And as we found out last season, Moff Gideon wanting Baby Yoda, there's a lot more going on right now in the Star Wars universe.
And they've been teasing Ahsoka coming in since earlier this year. Sometime they announced it, probably around when quarantine hit, and that got everyone hyped. So it's definitely long awaited, but I'm glad that she's in here. So we're gonna talk about the main journey. So pretty much the main journey is that it starts out with that great opening scene, like you said, with Ahsoka in it, and then we do get to see the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are kind of like, Baby Yoda does his like cute little moment for the episode where he reaches out and grabs the ball, supposed to be. And I feel like we've gotten a lot of this episode focused a lot on Baby Yoda, I gotta say. Probably his story was, I know he's just a little animal, but his story was the most, I think, out of all the episodes of The Mandalorian.
Well, we know the backstory now. We know that he was trained on Coruscant in the Jedi Temple. We know that he was being trained to use the Force. And then when Order 66, when they gave the order to kill the Jedi, someone hid Baby Yoda. And so we know backstory, we know a name, we know stuff now. And so again, there's pieces of the puzzle being put together, and it's so cool to see the story and how Mando fits into a bigger story. Mando is trying to bring this child somewhere, and he's seeing that as his task, his mission, but it's something bigger going on, and it's bigger than he realizes.
Okay, so Mando meets with Morgan. She's one of the bad guys, and we saw her and Lang at the beginning in the opening scene. So pretty much she pays him Beskar,
That's
pure Beskar, to kill Ahsoka. And so he does not do so. He heads to the coordinates that Lang gave him for where Ahsoka may be, and then he comes across her. They have a quick fight scene, and then they start to warm up to each other, especially because his main task was to deliver Baby Yoda to the Jedi to train him. So this episode, we do get to see a Jedi, and they did mention that there's not many more Jedis around. Ahsoka is one of the only ones. So, what do you think of that whole thing?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Great story. And, it makes me want to go back and watch episode one. Well, not really one. I don't want to see one ever again, but episode 2 and 3, just to kind of piece the stories together of what took place when they were killing all the Jedi and who's left. It's an interesting thing to be thinking about.
Mm-hmm. Also, the fight scenes in this episode were on point, I would say.
Absolutely.
I don't know. The fight scenes every episode are particularly good, but this one, these were really good because it's so it's Ahsoka towards the end. It's Ahsoka versus Morgan and Mando versus Lang. So
it's like a perfect gunfight. I mean, right in town square, and the good gunfight, and Mando wins. Spoiler,
of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no surprise there.
And so, do you think that Ahsoka killed Morgan?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll come back up. We'll talk about Ahsoka in future episodes later, but I don't know. I think that they're intending for us to do it, but they might pull like a big thing in the season finale where she actually is alive. So You never know. But so Baby Yoda got his name revealed this episode, Grogu. And I don't know. I mean, I knew that they would probably eventually share it, but I'm glad that it came through this episode, especially because Ahsoka was the one who said it. And I really liked Ahsoka and her and her kind of motherly role to Grogu. I'm gonna continue probably calling him Baby Yoda, but I thought that she was a good kind of motherly figure to Grogu. And the whole episode, I think that it almost it went from enemies to friends, between Mandalorian and Ahsoka, and I really like that vibe. I see a lot of those type of things. So enemies to friends to maybe lovers. I'm just kidding.
I don't know about that.
I mean, Mandalorian's not one for romance, but you never know. Okay, so that's kind of the episode. Anything else you want to say about it?
That was great. The name Grogu is growing on me. So at first I heard it, I'm like, what? It's a weird name. But so is Yoda. I mean, so anyway, it's growing on me. Grogu. Yeah.
Okay, so we're halfway through the season. So things I want to see wrapped up. I want to see the whole Boba Fett thing wrapped up. I want to see Moff Gideon's plan wrapped up. And those are the two biggest things I want to see. I want to see him take Baby Yoda to find the Jedi that will train him. So what do you want to see?
Yeah, I don't think the Moff Gideon storyline is going to be wrapped up this season. I think it'll go into season 3. I do think the closing scenes of this season will be when Baby Yoda, Grogu, is at the mountain on the Seeing Stone and reaches out in the Force. And I think it'll be a cliffhanger. That's how I kind of see it going to go into season 3. I think a lot of things will spin off from this, and there is talk of spin-off series, and I think that would be excellent. And maybe as Ahsoka goes after Grand Admiral Thrawn, maybe that's a spin-off series. The Boba Fett thing, I'd love to see more of that, but I almost wonder if they just gave us a quick tease and then they're going to do a spin-off series. Because, I mean, why would Mando go back to Tatooine? I don't see, at least in this season, I don't see that taking place. But, I mean, anything's possible.
I think that they're gearing all these storylines up for a spin-off series, and they're not really storylines, they're quick moments. So do you think Ahsoka will appear in future episodes of this season, or maybe in the future? What do you think?
So here's my theory on all this. I think that Star Wars is owned by Disney, and they're going to follow suit of Marvel. They are going to follow the Marvel formula. And so what I think is going to happen is there's going to be the Mandalorian season, or Mandalorian show is going to be the main show. But there's going to be these spin-off series. And then there's going to be one big crossover that's going to bring them all back together, like a big war, big battle, or something like that. And that'll be kind of almost like probably a 4-part series, but it almost would feel like a movie. And so anyway, that's kind of my theory on where it's all headed, is that we might not see Ahsoka this season, but I think she will spin out into her own series and then connect back in, a couple years from now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
what do
would
you
agree.
think? Do you like it?
I think that Ahsoka is. I thought that this episode felt like a one-time thing, but she could. Who knows? She could turn back up in the series finale or something, and who knows how long that will be. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do something before the finale drops. Maybe we'll like talk about our top 5 things we want to see in the season finale after the penultimate episode airs. So maybe we'll do that. But overall, I give the episode an A+ this time, and I'm assuming you gave it like an A+ too.
A++.
There you go. Okay, so we have pretty much to summarize this episode. It just focuses on Ahsoka, and she's a star of this episode, and I was really glad to see her, and it was overall a solid episode. I think that it's going to set up to next episode quite nicely. Anyway, so I want to thank everyone for watching Movie Studio. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications to never miss an upload. Thanks everyone for watching, and
see you guys. Bye.